Tennessee Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally hearts man's half-nude photos after backing anti-LGBTQ bills.
What do you hope comes out of this?
Well, I think I'll be a lot more careful about using social media.
On a selfie of McClure's behind, McNally's Instagram. Wait, they're both named Mick? That's kind of funny. McClure's the 20-year-old. McNally, again, is the politician. Instagram account once commented, "Then you can turn a rainy day into rainbows and sunshine," plus quite a few heart and fire emojis. On another photograph of McClure, this time without any clothes on, he wrote, "Great picture, Finn. Best wishes for continued health and happiness." Finn was McClure's nickname. Since these comments were unearthed on March 8th by Tennessee Holler, a liberal news site, it has come to light that McClure is just one of several queer people who have enjoyed the attention of Lieutenant Governor's account, including at least one trans woman.
There's also this post where the man said he was, quote, not a whore, but a hoe. One is a slut, the other is a prostitute, adding, "I'm the one that gets free weed for giving," then a reference to a sexual act. And it was liked by Lieutenant Governor McNally.
Yeah. I don't know that, a lot of times on people's posts, you see the name and you see what they've written and you just press the button that says like.
In another post where McClure was dancing outside in his underwear, the Lieutenant Governor responded, "Love it," with more heart emoji. Similar comments were left by the Republican in a separate photo showing McClure with his shorts slightly pulled down. Super look, Finn. McNally stating that he is really sorry if he's embarrassed his family, embarrassed his friends, embarrassed any of the members of the legislature with the posts. McNally is apparently married with children. He also acknowledges that it was probably not appropriate to like some of McClure's posts, including how the man described himself as a prostitute. As we saw from the clip I played earlier, McNally was also asked why he liked McClure's bio that included a part about how he gets free weed for giving mature acts. The politician saying that he doesn't know and that he just happened to have pressed the button that says like. Once again, I did show that in the clip we already played.
Those social media interactions with a young gay model brought accusations of hypocrisy against the East Tennessee Republican.
Among them, provocative posts that were liked by the 79-year-old Republican, including one where the young man doesn't appear to be wearing clothes. When people see these posts, what should they take away from them?
Well, I don't know that they should take away a whole lot.
In an interview with Memphis-based news station WMC, McClure said he started communicating with McNally when he was 17 years old. McClure noted that he did not know the man he referred to as Randy in his replies was the lieutenant governor, or that he had supported anti-LGBTQ bills. He also told WMC that McNally offered to help find him a job in Tennessee government. McNally first befriended McClure on Facebook, and then on Instagram, he told WTVF. The lieutenant governor, who did not say whether he started chatting with McClure when he was 17, told the station that his posts were meant to support McClure, just basically trying to encourage him, he said, noting that he didn't think people should take much from his comments. He also said he did not read some parts of McClure's posts that he ended up liking on his verified account.
I don't know that, a lot of times on people's posts, you see the name and you see what they've written and you just press the button that says like.
So you didn't read that post?
I don't recall reading the part about the weed. I know that.
Liberals and critics, such as Kate Craig, an activist and former Democratic candidate for the Tennessee Senate, called out McNally for what they say is hypocrisy, and I quote, "I'm not going to drag Lieutenant Governor McNally for his comments, but I will drag him for his hypocrisy." Craig tweeted, "He's put LGBTQ plus Tennesseans' lives in danger." After he received the first messages and comments from McNally, McClure thought their responses were from someone who was just older and out of touch, he told the Holler, while he emphasized that McNally's consistently uplifted me and made me feel good. McClure said to WMC that he wished his online friend, who has been so complimentary in his comments, would do more to help protect the LGBT community in Tennessee. If he can be this kind to a 20-year-old guy posting his behind, he can be kind enough to not help pass a bill that hurts anyone like me, McClure said.
But what about the prostitute?
I might have read that.
In that case, was it appropriate to like the comment?
Probably not.
So it seems we have three main issues. 1, his obvious hypocrisy. 2, the immense disrespect to his family and children by liking and leaving the sort of comments that he did on the sort of content that he did. 3, his apparent support for a post advocating to sell one's body to pay for marijuana and the illegality of weed in Tennessee. Personally, I live in California, where even recreational use can be legal, so no shade at people who use ganja as responsibly as they can. However, given the context around McNally in Tennessee, this, and all of the points made prior, seem to indicate that his behavior is certainly not one that people should find acceptable from a public servant. Speaking of which, his apology also seemed to have lacked any apology to the general public, again, the people he is actually supposed to be serving.
Then we came to a moment in our interview that could not be avoided. I need to ask the question that people are suggesting on social media to let you respond to it. Have you ever had any personal relationship with this young man?
No,
You've never met him in person?
no, never have.
We will return to the news in a moment, where McNally answers the question if he thinks he should still be considered fit to serve. Before we get to that, let's read some public reception. One of the most liked responses to the news in this tweet, reading, "Being gay isn't a problem. Being a lying, bigoted homophobe is." A response to that saying, "To be fair, he has been fairly supportive of LGBTQ stuff, especially for being a 78-year-old Republican. He spoke against letting adoption agencies discriminate against gay couples. LGBTQ rights are under dire threat, but not from this guy." And another response reading, "This guy hasn't done nearly enough with his position of power, literally did less than the bare minimum. If he's not actively pursuing measures to protect LGBTQ plus communities, he's helping the legislation hurting them, period." Another response to the initial news reads this: "How many of the years he was involved with this is he sorry for? Years. No one cares if he's gay or has mature encounters. Where did you show any successful help he was giving any of the young, half-naked men he was involved with? Where is the help even seen? Hypocrisy is the issue." Another comment reading, "Apologize for being a hypocrite, McNally. Apologize to those you're leaving comments for, but supporting legislation to marginalize and negate them." And similarly, another comment reading, "McNally liking and commenting on these posts isn't a scandal. McNally liking and commenting on these posts after having a virulently anti-gay legislative history is the scandal." So you can certainly see a recurring theme with the comments, and that theme is pointing out his overt hypocrisy. And I completely understand those comments, and I agree with them. The hypocrisy is really bad. However, it's not the only bad thing. To be quite frank, I find it a bit disturbing how there is such a lack of disregard for this man's own family. Again, as I said earlier, his actions shows immense disrespect and a lack of care to his wife and his own children. And in my opinion, a public servant should show respect to the public, and that includes his own family, especially his own family. If he doesn't care about them, why should I believe he cares about the rest of us?
Does this affect your ability to lead?
I hope not. And I've had some of my colleagues say that they're supportive, both Republican and Democrat, and really, really sorry if I've embarrassed my family, embarrassed my friends, embarrassed any of the members of the legislature with the post. It was not my intent to, and not my intent to hurt them.
So apparently, according to him, there have been a number of colleagues, Democrat and Republican, that have come out in support of him. And once again, as I pointed out earlier, his apology seems to lack any apology to the people. And that is the news. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. And do you think that he is still fit to serve? I think you can probably assume what my opinion is on that. And as always, thank you so much for your time. I look forward to catching you in the comments. And if you enjoyed this segment, please consider liking and or subscribing. It certainly helps the channel out. I look forward to seeing you in the comments as mentioned, and of course, in the next segment.